Hello, everybody. Cyberworld checking in. Today, some great news has appeared, for we have gotten the Nintendo Direct. It has revealed some interesting things, and I thought I'd talk about them today. But first off, we've all seen it, the new profile picture that has just been changed. I know in my last podcast, I did kind of gas up the idea that I would put the profile picture that I used to have as the watermark for the videos, but I can't figure out how to do that. I know it's somewhere in those settings. I'll try to eventually, but, it's not going to work out like that for now, but I don't think anyone cares. It's just a watermark. So first off, for the Nintendo Direct, biggest reveal right now is that we are getting the Super Mario Movie 2 very soon, which is this spring. I forget if they already told us that, but the most interesting part is that we know that it's going to be a Super Mario Galaxy movie. So they're going to take a lot more from Super Mario Galaxy. That's really the title, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, I think, or something like that. Very exciting. We already knew this because Old Spice kind of leaked it, but nobody believed it. People thought it was fake. So, it was surprising enough now that we know it wasn't a leak. Or it wasn't a fake leak, I mean. Now, this is a very odd decision. The sequel immediately going to Galaxy, maybe that's an appropriate direction. I think that's fair. It just feels like, they're going to be targeting more about the Galaxy stuff. I was hoping we'd do more, we level down to explore more of the Mario world, because in the first movie, they explored it, but they didn't actually go in depth on the deserts or anything like that. This is just such a rich world that Mario has, and the fact that we're already taking the galaxies feels a little soon. But that being said, I don't hate it. I'm glad. I'm happy. This is really exciting. I wasn't really much of a Super Mario Galaxy player, but I did play a little bit of it on the Wii, and it's definitely a great game. I know it's some people's personal favorites. So, very exciting, and it's coming out this spring, like April, which is going to be awesome. I'm definitely going to see it in theaters. At least I will try my hardest if nothing goes in the way. Now, next up, we got some new mega reveals and a new DLC reveal for Pokemon, what is it? Pokemon ZA? Yeah, ZA. The new megas we got were Mega Delphox, Mega Greninja, Mega Chestnut. So the 3 Kalos starters finally got some Mega Evolutions. They all look okay. I think Mega Delphox, unironically, has the best design, which is cool because Mega Delphox, or just Delphox, is kind of underrated. The rest of them are okay. Even Greninja's, I would say, wasn't the most creative they could go with it, but I don't hate it. It's whatever. And we also got Mega Raichu, which is kind of fucking hype because I love Raichu. Raichu is really badass. And we got Mega Raichu Y and Mega Raichu X, which I'd be more hype about, but really it's just not much of a difference. One has more pointy ears to represent a Y, and the other one has 2 pointy tails to represent X. Obviously, I'm going to like Mega Raichu X more. That sounds cool as fuck. 2 fucking, tails that represent an X. Love that shit. But Mega Y is probably going to be stronger somehow, just like with Mega Charizard and whatnot. But I think I'm excited for Mega Raichu. He'll totally be my Mega if we can get to that. Mega Victory Bell might still be for me if I can get him sooner than others. However, Mega Raichu seems to be a DLC exclusive. Very odd that they would reveal the DLC for a game when the game doesn't even come out. But, if it's already a preset DLC, who really cares at all, It's not, it's cool to know about that. Especially Mega Raichu. I'm glad I know about him now and not later. It sucks I can't get him while playing the regular base game. I have to pay an extra fee, but, interesting stuff. One thing I am a little pissed off about is that Super Mario Wonder has just gotten like a new Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Now, I don't know if any of you know, but I'm not really a Nintendo Switch 2 supporter. I don't know if I'll ever get it. Maybe I will if I ever get the opportunity, but I don't feel like dropping that kind of money just for more expensive games, and the whole direction they're going isn't really my favorite. So it sucks that they're making a new edition and they're adding this extra content on there I can't play because I don't have the Nintendo Switch 2. And even if I did, I wouldn't buy a whole new edition just to play it. So, very disappointed, but it is what it is. It doesn't look like the most crazy DLC. And it's not even it's not a DLC, it's just an update. We could still get DLC, and hopefully by the time we get that DLC, it doesn't have to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Or maybe I'll have the Nintendo Switch 2 by then. Who knows? It's sad that a lot of the new Mario stuff, I would have been a lot more hyped for Donkey Kong Bonanza if it was a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, because I really don't want to buy a new console for Nintendo right now. I get that the Switch has been out for a long time and new consoles, whatever, but the amount of expenses that go for it in the direction where you're doing like the bare minimum for this new Switch, really what's carrying it is the titles that are coming out for it, and the fact that games don't even like have worth anymore. They're making it so once you put the cartridge in, it just downloads all the stuff from that and the cartridge is useless. That's kind of not a direction I'm okay with. I'm not going to pay more just so I don't own my own game. It's just a downloadable for my Switch. That I don't support the Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm sure I'll maybe get it if I get tired of not being able to play all the new games that they're putting on there, because they do look fun, and I know you can't play the same Switch forever. So that's just my little quick take on that. Now, I said something about Q&A on my last podcast, and I didn't really get much comments, which is fine. It's a small podcast. I barely get any views. I come on here to talk about whatever's hot, whatever I feel like talking about, and whoever wants to listen listens. It's just a little fun hobby. If it gets big, it gets big, but it has been a while since I've been making content. I don't care. So I got one question from, what's his name? I'm gonna look back here. Here we are. We're going to look back on episode 3. Comment here. Potato Man. I know him. He's a buddy of mine. Just a suggestion, but I think you should change the screen so it's not like just a photo. That's up to you, but just a suggestion. W Video, next Christmas album will be hype. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it for you listening to my podcast. I already responded, but, I thought I'd bring it up, that yes, I understand that the visuals can be boring, but it's a podcast, it's not supposed to be attractive. It's supposed to, if you go online, you can find plenty of podcasts that just show an image and then you listen in. But I have always thought about the idea of what if I made more visuals for me to talk on while I'm doing these, which I totally could, for any occasion I wish, and who knows, maybe that'll become the new deal once I find the time to feel like doing that, but right now I don't. So currently I'm just going to do these podcasts like I have been, and eventually we'll probably upgrade to something better. But yes, be excited for Home for the Holidays. It's going to be a fun time, and I'm going to try to make it as special as it can be. That's all for this podcast. Thank you for checking in, and have a good day. Peace.